You start.
We're recording.
Hello, everyone. We're doing a one-on-one today with myself and Tryphon.
Hello.
Today we're having a small one-on-one because it was requested, offered, whatever say you, just to have Tryphon kind of add a little bit of spotlight for a minute. We left off with them in the spotlight as well in our part A of last session. This is part A.5. So, set the scene. Tryphon, you get a call. You are kind of relaxing, you're still packing your bags. You get a call from Derek, actually, of all people. He rings your communicator and waits and is awaiting for you to either pick up or decline.
Tryphon picks it up. If Derek's calling him, it has to be something important.
Right. You don't hear Derek on the other line. You hear Azur, the blue tiefling you met that works with Titus.
I have a few questions.
Hello? Am I doing this right? Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Hel-
Oh, cool.
yes, I can hear you.
Um, Hi there. I'm supposed to deliver a package to you and get into communications as well.
Okay.
Uh, I was told to connect through any lines available. Sadly, only Commander Derek's was, which I know that's going to get on me later. But basically, the boss, Titus needs you or someone in that group to go do something.
Alright then. What
You
is.
guys are on the northern Isle area, correct?
That's correct.
We need someone to set up a focal point to kind of help us boost our temporary radars. Titus will be in touch shortly to explain it. Wherever you are, can you just like send me the coordinates and then take maybe a step or two back?
That does get Tryphon squinting a little bit, but he goes ahead, sends the coordinates, and then takes a good, let's say, 5 steps back.
Okay, coordinates. Are you sure this will work? Just send them, darling. All right. Coordinates X and begins reading the X, Y, and focal axis coordinates, basically equator where you are on a mm, geographical map.
Yeah, I figured.
And then it's just this. And send. Tell them to take 2 more steps back. Take 2 more steps back, if you will.
He takes
Probably
two,
duck.
he takes 2 more steps back and just goes to the side a little bit as well.
There is a what can best be described as this futuristic sort of noise, as well as something beginning to blink in and out of existence before finally solidifying in a little bubble, almost. And then it's just boop. And there is now a long cylinder type spike waiting for you to grab.
Mm.
And it has a blinking light on the very top of it.
How big is it?
How tall is Tryphon?
He is 6'1".
This is about 4 feet taller than you, close to 10 foot. But it does give me a investigation check real quick, if you will.
Investigation, huh?
Yep.
Love how you make me roll the +1 thing. I don't know a goddamn thing.
It's just a spike. Your intuition kind of gives you the. God damn it! That thing's big as fuck.
He reaches out and just sort of like he's trying to figure out what to do with it. He taps it. He just puts his hand on it like he's going to try to grab it, but I assume it's too big for him to actually wrap his hand around.
No, the height aside, it's the point where you're grabbing it kind of thin enough. Yeah, you can wrap your arms around it.
He goes.
Imagine it's a okay. Hear about this. For the proper description, it's like a branch that's too big for both your hands, so you put it over your shoulder.
Oh, okay. Alright. He goes ahead and grabs it then, just hefting it on his shoulder like, alright, I've got this thing now.
I'll connect you, I'll give you the coordinates you need to go to and connect you with Titus. And sure enough, as your disc connects, there's suddenly a set of coordinates on your communicator.
Alright then. He is going to let the others know, hey, yeah, I gotta take care of something real quick. Before he actually does start heading off to the coordinates.
Alright.
So the party gets to see him lugging this giant ass spike around, just like, hey, yeah, gotta go do stuff, bye.
The coordinates take you at least an hour away from yourself on foot. So as you begin lugging it, there's a small bit before you get a call. It is Titus. Communication, recognizing Titus.
He goes ahead and picks it up, just like, because he was told. Though, as he picks up, he does ask, is this actually Titus, or is this someone else using his communicator, like with Derek?
As your use Derek's oh, that's gonna get him in trouble. As you do hear Titus. That's gonna get him in so much trouble. Cool.
Apparently he was
no. It's me.
Alright, cool. Just wanted to make sure on that one. So, what is this that I'm supposed to be doing?
Oh, Noctis, Caracal, Grim, and someone else kind of got knocked away from me and Morik. And by knocked away, I mean I tried to stop Morik as we got thrown a good... What'd you say it was? Good number of feet? And you hear a distant Morik. More than that, but yeah. Yeah, we got knocked a couple Drakarian feet away, so we have no idea where we are. We're trying to set up a point to kind of boost our local maps.
Okay, so recon, basically.
Unintentional, but yes.
So, what, do I just go to these coordinates and shove it in the ground?
Yeah, it should have a button. I mean, it's just a collapse spike. It should have a button that'll pierce through the ground for you.
You said it was a collapse spike?
Yeah, 10 feet long total, collapses, makes it easier to carry around.
That gets Tryphon to stop dead, just staring at the communicator like...
There's a pause. You didn't collapse it, did you?
Nobody told me I could.
Right, and you gotta remember, you guys are new to this. You don't even have the basic training. Cool.
I don't even have a faction!
Yeah, you do. You got us.
Okay, point taken. I mean, a previous faction.
That I cannot fight.
Yeah, no, I figured. So how do I collapse this thing?
Set it on the ground, twist it, or, Normally, you're supposed to collapse it before you lift it, but basically twist the spike area, and it should just collapse right up, you know?
Yeah.
Still a pretty hefty thing, and the weight might get a little even, but it should be easier for carrying. You really carrying a 10-foot pole and thought that was normal?
Yeah, based on what experiences I've got.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Can't argue that one. Cannot argue that one.
But Tryphon does set the spike down, and he goes to collapse it.
You kind of twist it, or do you just like push it?
He twists.
You twist, and the moment you twist it, the top part starts sliding down very quickly. Give me a quick little dex check.
Oh my god. Just a dex check, not a dex save?
Nah, you were warned about this one, so it's just a check.
Well, I mean, not like it matters much anyways. They're both +1s.
I swear it's not on purpose.
15.
15. You move your hands enough, and you watch the middle. And kind of self-lock, as it is now about 5 feet tall. Just a little pole. Kind of like... God, we're the only super southerners here. You're the only ones gonna get this.
Well, I'm the only one who needs to at the moment.
True. It's a fence post. About as long as a fence post now. And like
Okay.
carrying a bundle of them.
Alright then. Yeah, no, that's easier to carry. He goes ahead and hefts it up and starts continuing on his way.
Heft it up, kind of moving forward. You're trudging through snow and
Very grumpy
Man,
about it because he still does not have the hoof covers.
I was just about to say, you're wishing you had hoof covers of some sort. You need to talk to somebody when you get back to camp. But as you're hoofing it through, pun intended,
You motherfucker!
the world you kind of see a new version of Granvaria. Peaceful. No outright violence, no everything trying to kill you at once kind of happening. What class are you right now, by the way?
He's still just a cleric.
Alright, cool. So, still hoofing it away. I forgot to ask you that. Since I've been making those other things. Hoofing it off. Hop, pop. At some point, you do get to an area that's a good clearing. Go ahead and set yourself right here on the map.
Right where?
The spinning green circle.
Oh, way down there in the corner. Understood.
Cool. As you get closer and closer, you hear some noises. Titus still talking to you. God, he yaps a lot. Is one of the things that comes to your mind is he's not really been saying anything of importance. He's just like, man, I hate sand. Why do I have to come to the sand area? I would have done amazing. You should have kept me in the north. I'm a water genasi. Snow is my thing, dude. But I had to go to the sand area because we're Alpha Team. Still the cringiest name I've ever heard. Alpha Team. And occasionally Mork will go, I'll eat you. And Titus shuts up for a minute.
And then Tryphon says something, like, he mentions the Cursed Lake. It's just like, you probably would have been fantastic with the Cursed Lake.
They had a cursed lake, dude! Are you kidding me? Dude, I would have been awesome. Oh, I would have been like the sales guy that could just stay away from the danger. Help with the cursed lake. But now, no, I'm without my guns. Trapped in a desert with a guy who can't see. That's your whole thing, underground radar, but you can't see underground when the ground is sand. Debuff like a mother... Oh, shutting up again. You got big. Never mind. I'm gonna stop talking for a minute. I'm gonna stop talking, you know? Maybe I've been talking a little too much. And he goes, so, Tryphon, how you doing there, bud? Doing good? You making good time? Good progress? Kinda quiet.
It's just, I don't mind just listening.
Well, that's good. Always good to know. Always good to keep. You know, a.
Poor Titus over here just with the least talkative person of the entire group.
What do you do as you do start coming across structures? Travel. A travel sled, the pink tree where you were one of the people who found Ozzy.
Yeah. It
You
does.
recognize this place.
Yeah, it does get him to slow down a little bit as he looks around. And he goes ahead and checks the coordinates, just like, is this the place or?
A couple feet ahead of you is, in fact, the place. Are the coordinates that were requested.
And he goes over to this spot. It's just, is there a particular reason for this spot?
That's supposedly the most focal point for mana for us to bounce the signal spell off of.
So it has to do with mana.
Yes. A lot of our communicators work off a solo mana source. We basically have a home base wizard who sadly builds insane things whenever they're not doing anything with Alfei, which is horrible. You know what it's like. You have the crazy people, right?
Define crazy.
You know, little out there. Doesn't
Tryphon's,
like,
there's a video feed, yeah?
it's not active right now because they're in such a weak signal.
Yeah, no, so Tryphon is still staring at the communicator like Titus can fucking see him.
You can practically hear him thigh drum of that awkward thing of just like pop pop pop. Anyways, you should be at the point, you know?
Uh-huh.
And as you Titus kind of goes, you should be at the point. You hear a distant noise.
Huh? Which direction?
It's closer to this direction.
Over here?
Yeah, let me check. Let me change something real quick so you can see me a bit better. Over here.
Okay. So, just this way.
Yeah.
It does get him to pause, and he looks in that direction, trying to see if he can spot anything.
Give me perception.
Something that I'm good at! Apparently not today. That's 12.
Pretty good. Distant. But you do recognize the sounds. You can't discern any of what's said or what's actually being done, but you do recognize the slurpy kind of brother motions of morphlings.
He squints at that. Hey, Titus.
Yeah, what's up?
This needs to be in a protected area, yeah?
Not really. It just needs we just need it for at least 5 minutes. 10 at most.
5-10 minutes? Alright, I can do that. And
Alright.
he goes to stick it in the ground facing where he can hear the morphlings.
You put it around right here.
Yeah. He puts it in the ground and he presses the button.
You put it in the ground and kind of extends. As it goes in the ground, you can feel it extend into the ground as well as kind of lift up, and that blinking light starts to kind of whoop, 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 make noise.
He summons his rifle.
The noise of them kind of it's like they can hear this. These morphlings in the distance can hear this, and this whoop, whoop, whoop.
You didn't
also-
mention this thing would be loud.
Why would it be important if it's loud or not? Everything we do is loud. It's part of the dangers of being us, because nothing can be simple. I'm shutting up, Morik. What happened? What's going on?
I hear morphlings.
Morph what?
Oh, you don't know what the morphlings are.
No. Wait, that sounds familiar. Hold on. Morik, what's a morphling?
I don't know. I know that. I believe Noctis brought them up a couple times.
They're the things that don't sound like people, but look like them. A changeling?
A little more goopy than
monstrosity.
that.
Huh?
A little more goopy than that.
Okay, one of you said monstrosity, and the other one said goopy. I am suddenly uncomfy. What's going on?
Well,
Are you safe?
we'll have to see about that. You said it was 5 to 10 minutes, so
5 to 10 minutes, yeah.
we'll see in 5 to 10 minutes.
Do we need to send backup to your locale?
Tryphon is still staring in that direction that he heard the morphlings. Can I attempt another perception check as he scans the area, both looking and listening this time?
Yes, you may.
At least.
Give me, just give me
A base perception
2 rolls.
What?
No, 2. Advantage. I
Okay.
forgot the word.
Good job. God damn it.
A little bit better. You can... Left or right, I'll say that. Left, right, or center. Pick one of those 3.
Right, this way. Over here.
Alright. I'm not asking about, like, left,
Okay.
right, center, or that sort of thing. I'm just asking. You hear words. You're able to understand one of them. I'll go. You check that out. If it's anything, take it, absorb it, report back to the brood. And you hear one of them kind of rush off, taking a long route.
Tryphon's going to try to hide in the tree.
Go ahead.
Yeah. He's going to just...
You have one of your things is, if I remember correctly, this is a special trait because you're a fae, or no, you're a
I'm a satyr, which is a fey creature.
satyr. Yes, you have mirthful leap.
Yeah, so he jumps up into the fucking tree. What do I roll for mirthful leap again?
Roll a d8 and then add the result to the number of feet you can cover. This extra distance cost movement as normal. So basically, you're just adding distance to your climbing speed, which this is about a good. If you remember last time, it was a good number of feet tall. Are you trying to go for just one of the low branches, or are you going for like a middle branch?
Middle branch. He's trying to get himself high up enough that most people would not look up to. So
All right.
that's 3. And he's got a movement speed of 35.
So 38 feet. Yeah, you make that, no problem. Because you, for climbing, if I remember off the top of my head, yeah, no, you make that.
And as he gets up into the tree, do the communicators have a mute function?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm not going to be able to hear you guys for a bit. And he just mutes them.
We'll say taking this, taking the climbing speed for this with a 35 base plus 38. This is difficult terrain to climb since it's such a unique tree. Half that still gets you about halfway. I just need to confirm that for myself.
Okay.
You go ahead and you mute the communicator, yeah?
Yeah. His microphone is still active. He would still be able to be heard, but they won't be able to hear him. So I guess deafen would probably be the correct term.
All right. You deafen. And something does kind of make its way to you. It looks different. It is not changed into a person, but it seems to have a blade of some sort or some sort of metallic item absorbed into its left arm and a mass of shields kind of in its right, like it's attempting to be a fighter specifically made for combat.
He waits. He watches it and he waits until it gets closer.
Meanwhile, the pole just keeps going. Whoop, 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 whoop. Nothing.
In which case, yeah, Tryphon just waits. He watches.
Look around.
Hmm?
It's kind of staring off and at this communication pole and just staring. Nothing. He's gonna roll kind of his investigation, kind of see what he needs to look around for.
Oh boy.
Give me a stealth check real quick.
I figured. This is not going to go great for him because he's also wearing medium armor.
Mm-hmm.
Which means he gets disadvantage.
Mm.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Wait,
the only way
did
you
I
could have
not?
lost.
I think I put down the wrong modifier.
Hey, what do you mean?
Oh, I accidentally put a -1 instead of a +1, so that's technically 17, not 15.
That's fine. This thing rolled a 1. These things are not smart creatures. They have +0 intelligence. It rolled a absolute nat 1, which technically they can't critically fail or critically succeed, so it just does not register you. It just... Too much noise. And you watch it kind of from about, it's about 20 feet away. It's gonna move a good 10 feet closer.
As it starts getting closer, Tryphon is going to take aim. He's not going to fire yet, he is focusing on aiming.
You are taking aim. You have, for taking aim, this thing has not noticed you. If you choose to attack it, it will be a advantage roll to hit.
Yeah.
But you watch as this thing reels its sword arm back, and you hear these falsetto. The best I can describe is falsetto bones. Hold on one second. Nini just texted me.
Okay.
Like false bones breaking, kind of prop stage bones breaking, and then lunging its bladed monstrosity arm at the pole.
And Tryphon fires.
Where do you fire at?
He's firing at one of its legs.
roll with advantage to hit.
Alright. $16.
Hits. Do you add a debuff to this at all?
You know what? Yeah, I do add a debuff. What are my debuffs again? Hold on, let me...
So this is also me double checking this because I don't think I checked with you in part A. What ammo type are you using today?
Debuffed it today. he would he would have switched between the charge and shock after the spar with Orlane.
All right.
And he's going to bind it.
Okay, you're binding it, removing its speed by 10.
Well, no, it's...
Oh, no, you're binding it with the... Okay, so it needs to make a save against binding. Go ahead and roll damage as well.
Oh, yeah. Shit, okay, what were we... 2d10, alright. $10 points of damage.
Go ahead and pause the recording real quick.
And we're going again.
All right. So, as you shoot it in the leg, it kind of pierces, and you have that little damage notifier of... As you do throw it off kilter a bit. It doesn't fully hit the spike anymore, but it does kind of graze it. What do you do now that it turns to you, seeing that a gun went off and it hit it specifically? So
Yeah. Well, Tryphon just gives it a warning. Just turn and leave now, and I won't fire again.
and it stares at you more and more.
He keeps the gun trained on it, but his finger is off the trigger at this point.
Give me a stealth check.
You motherfucker.
You are in the middle of a hidden area, and it is looking out through difficult terrain.
Do I still roll with the disadvantage?
Oh, absolutely now.
Yeah. That's a 3.
It spots you, and it gives a hissing growl. As you watch it kind of pump muscle a bit more into its bladed arm, kind of reel it back again.
Is it still aiming for the pole?
It's aiming for you now. But it has not gone off yet. It's not fired.
Yeah, and...
Kind of a standoff, if you will.
Yeah, no, Tryphon still does not fire, though his finger does return to the trigger just in case. And he'll repeat what he said. Turn and leave now, and I won't fire again.
It takes a moment. You're both. I'll say this for context. You two are probably standoffing for a good minute while this thing whoop, whoop, whoop.
About how much time has passed at this point?
A good minute.
Just a minute?
Just a minute.
Even with the time it took to approach?
Yes. Because it approached relatively quickly.
Okay.
It's still kind of just staring at you, observing, taking in.
Yeah, I forgot to hit the repeat. Hold on. Sorry.
Alright, take your time.
No, we're good. Continue.
It's staring at you with that mentality as if you're being studied.
You know what? Fuck you. He's going to take the time to study the Morphling back.
Give me an investigation check.
All right. Let's hope this one does better than the last one. Oh shit. Nat 20.
What do you want to learn about it?
Why is it not in a humanoid form? Like, can I tell anything just from investigating it? Like, obviously, this morphling isn't like the others he's encountered, which is part of the reason why he's not immediately going off on it. What else about it is different?
From a nat 20, and you are taking this full minute to investigate it from a distance,
Yes.
you notice the soft shell. You fought these things before, so you know that they have a soft outer layer. Kind of pungy, almost. Like jelly. This one looks like below, like instead, like that jelly's been molded or crusted over. A thicker out layer. Plus, giving off why it's not changed forms, you kind of realize it's got things stuck in its arms. That's its weapons. It would need to disarm itself to change into someone, because as much as they can change a shape, no normal body can hide a full shield cluster and the parts of sharpened weapons like that. This thing was not meant to hide among you. It is made to fight you. So from that, you kind of get maybe this thing might be a little bit tougher. An assumption only.
Yeah.
It stares at you more and more. And then you watch like a sped up version of a butterfly caterpillar crystallizing. Pop. It now has a goat horn on the side of its head. And it's starting to copy you. Pop. Other side. It's shedding the false skin to give birth to the copy. It's why they're so perfect on the outside.
I would recommend you do not continue.
I would recommend you not continue. As I don't have a voice modifier, so I can't actively add the kind of bubble to the copy in your voice it creates.
I would rather this end peacefully.
Peacefully. You are not peaceful. You work for her. Or him. Whoever. You are a part of our brood's enemy.
Work for who?
One more time?
Work for who? He's asking for a name.
Give me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Oh, you motherfucker. Alright. You said with disadvantage?
Mm-hmm. This thing's copying you, and you are like, hey, don't do that.
7.
No, you're not getting anything out of it. It's just staring at you more and more. And then it takes this kind of head tilt. Are you? You are alone. As if it's questioning itself.
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
its thick shield clump slams to the ground like a mace. And you watch in live time as it gives it more and more length from the tendrils. You are alone. You will. Give me a stealth check one more time, please.
One more stealth check.
Mm-hmm.
Still with disadvantage.
Normal roll, real quick.
A normal roll. Okay. That's a 17 then.
As this thing continues to say, you are alone, something roars in the distance. The distance it came from specifically. As it looks back, do you follow its line of sight?
Yes.
You see, shrouded in snow by blizzard of no origin, something massive, roaring, beating on its own chest, shouting to the sky in an unholy, almost primal rage.
I think you might have bigger problems to handle.
You watch the Morphling kind of back up in this preparity for fighting. As it starts pulling back that sort of arm back in to raise a shield.
Okay.
And as it kind of clinks across the ground, are you still watching the same direction? Are you looking at the Morphling now?
He's looking between them. Like, he's keeping an eye on what's happening in the distance, but he's also keeping an eye on the Morphling because it's right there!
Simple as can be, taking your eyes off something, even in your peripheral, can change drastically in a second. You check, your eyes flicker away, sniper-like, to the Morphling, and then back, and you see something staring in your direction.
Oh, fuck.
It raises its large arms up, slamming them on the ground, shaking the tree you're in, even from this distance. And it starts looking, kind of rapidly looking about, and watch it take a tree. Even small as it looks comparatively, you know distance is a real bitch. So a massive tree effortlessly thrown out of the ground and torn off as the stump is now just in its hands, and it raises, slams, like it's knocking the dirt off of it.
What is it doing?
Want to give me an investigation? Or
I'm
perception, my bad.
I'm going to perceive.
You're trying to perceive what it's doing in the distance.
Perceive! 18.
So perceiving what it does, you're like, is it? Oh, fucking hell. As you watch it now hold this stump with no more dirt clinging to the roots, rip the bottom roots off and create a disc from this stump, reel back in the pose of like someone who throws discus. Give that same and then throw it as hard as it can towards the Morphling. The Morphling's going to attempt a dex save. It does not succeed.
Unfortunate.
I have to roll the damage on this. So, okay. That is... I'll use this.
This is already with 10 points of damage from Tryphon.
Yeah. I'll roll. First two. Jesus
First
God.
two, that's always followed by the Jesus Christ. Love it.
And, as you see this stump-turned discus collide with the morphling, something in it bursts in cold.
You cut out for that.
I know, I'm trying to get that, like, cold whistle through, but it's not happening. Sorry. A cold whistle kind of blows through after with the scream not far behind. As it takes this... It hits the morphling kind of hard, and you do see it kind of brace with that failed dex as a reaction, kind of taking the damage but trying not to go too far as it gets put up against the pole. And that roar comes following after, a roar that shakes you to your core. And then the eyes look again. God, the eyes. You watch this creature stare at the morphling, trying to discern if it's dead or not. Waiting, as if it's waiting for it to come back to life.
He looks at the morphling.
It is now pinned to the spike and clearly alive, but it's difficult to move. This thing, massive as it is still staring.
Does the morphling look close to death or just pinned?
Just pinned. I'd say with your 10 points of damage plus this, good below half now.
Okay.
Just... And then it's just because the morphling's not freeing itself, clearly. This thing begins to kind of... You're... Give me an animal handling check, actually.
Animal handling? Alright
Handling,
then.
yeah.
Alright. That's a new thing.
Yes. Since this would be kind of trying to discern from a distance what this creature is doing, because I imagine Tryphon doesn't want to go near it after it just threw a fucking trunk at somebody.
Nope. It's got a 15 though.
It looks like it's sniffing the air. And then it moves off in one direction on all fours.
Away from us?
Away from you.
He continues watching it, waiting to see how far it gets. And he'll hop down from the tree at that point and go to approach the morphling pinned to the spike.
You go ahead and give me... So you just safely climb down, yeah?
Yeah, safely climb down.
Okay, so you safely climb down. You go up to the morphling. It's still pinned, but it's clearly like that kind of like it's failing its strength saves to break free. And the spike itself doesn't seem to be kind of working as much anymore. It's about whoop, whoop, whoop. It's more whoop, 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 whoop.
After a moment, Tryphon finally goes to undeafen his communicator.
All right.
Is
You
there any
undeafen.
noise from the other end?
You hear Titus go, "What the fuck? Are you there? Can you hear me?"
I can hear you now. You don't have to yell.
Okay, hold on 1 second, and you get disconnected for a second. And then it comes back maybe less than a minute later. I'm sorry, I just had to call Mork back. Oh god, dude, don't. What the fuck was that?
Well, the morphling was just there. It was going after the spike. I don't know what the other thing was.
There was another thing?
Did you not hear the roaring? I kept my mic open.
No, I didn't hear anything. You got real, like... you got, as best I can say, staticky?
Weird.
What happened?
Well, this morphling showed up, tried to attack the spike. I stopped it from attacking the spike, and then some sort of giant monster came along and threw a tree trunk like it was a disc at the morphling. Speaking of which, how is the spike doing right now?
Connection's a lot weaker. Still there. Might take longer now.
Oh,
Is-
shit.
Is the morphling dead?
No, it's alive and pinned to the spike.
What the hell? I have no idea. What the dude, you guys are... What the hell? You know?
I haven't even told
You
you
know?
about the dragon.
The what?
Anyways, it is
Wait, no, I knew about the dragon.
cool. Anyways. So this thing is going to take longer. Do you think it's because it's damaged or something? Because that's where the morphling ended up. Again, it's pinned to it.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so it's pinned to the spike in what way?
How is it pinned? With the discus?
One of the base roots, like where you see kind of most trees kind of dig off into the side, that has pierced through to about right here, so it's kind of like directly pinned by one of the roots.
By a tree root. It's,
Horrifying.
Yeah, clean through the morphling and the spike, apparently. God damn it.
It should be fine, dude. We can work with the signal we got. Get the fuck out of there.
With something.
And then there's just a distant... Oh, hey, Mark. Oh, no, don't get out of there.
Well, I don't think it's a good idea to leave something that's going whoop, whoop, whoop in the middle of nowhere, considering how a morphling already came along to try to destroy it.
Alright. Just... the red blinking light on top. You see that?
Yeah, I see it.
That will turn green once the proper connection's made. Just hang around there until then, okay?
Can do. Probably should do something about the morphling, too.
I'd say leave the fucker.
Is the morphling still trying to get free?
It's trying, and occasionally you can kind of see it pass a couple strength checks, but not enough to free itself right now.
Can I insight it to see if it will still be a danger to me and my party?
Go ahead.
Alright. So. And. Nat 20. Again. Alright. Okay.
This thing is not coming loose. It is pierced in, and the amount of times it's failed to check, it takes damage. This thing is suffering. It probably won't. If you leave right now, or just ignore it, it will not. It will not make it.
He gives a sigh and he doesn't like the idea of what he's going to do, but between the two options, he goes to press his gun against the side of its head.
Are you going to try and point blank this?
He's going to try to point blank this.
So, do you have the point blank feat?
I do not. I don't think I do. Probably not. Very unlikely.
That will be I can check for you real quick.
I'm not saying
Because that would be a feat that you'd need to stick with regardless.
I don't have it.
Yeah. Trust me, this is Nini coming through. I apologize, but that is in fact a feat you need to take. Otherwise, it is with disadvantage.
Disadvantage to press the gun, barrel of the gun against something's head.
I know, isn't it?
That
It's stupid, but
it makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
It's
because
it's basically prone because it can't move, it can't dodge, it can't do anything.
Prone. It would cancel. It'd be a normal roll then.
All right.
But yeah, no, I found this out. It's the point blank is a thing you need to take because of slinger classes, because of the fighter, gunslinger, and whatnot. A lot of those more firearm heavy things kind of incentivized a feat for that, I imagine. I might be talking out my ass as well. I apologize for that if I am.
I don't know. Either way, he doesn't have the feat, but he is basically able to put the gun up where he wants to hit. And this thing can't do anything about it.
Alright.
But yeah, he does put the gun up to the side of its head. And before he pulls the trigger, I'm sorry it had to be this way. And he shoots. Nat fucking 20, bitch!
I will not display or speak of the scene that unfolds. I will simply cut to 5 minutes passing. The morphling is not there anymore.
It melted.
It melts. It is melted.
But at this point, Tryphon is just standing nearby, waiting and watching to see if anything else happens.
Do you explore it all?
He does explore. Also, do you want me to change the music?
Yeah, absolutely. Change it back. Go back to the more adventurous music. We're gonna take a small pause. Change music.
I already changed it.
Okay.
I still had the other one pulled up, so.
I have to keep. My monitors aren't like top down anymore, so I gotta kind of switch between the two.
Fair and understandable. But yeah, he does explore a little bit because they didn't really get much of a chance the last time, and he's curious about this building and the thing over here. So
all right,
he does wander over to the sleigh.
Okay. So you wander over to the sleigh.
And he takes a look at it because it was there the last time. It's still here. Does it look like it moved?
No, hasn't collected dust either, or snow for that matter.
Alright. He, is... Oh, he puts a hand on the wood too, because remembers the fucking boat,
The wormwood boat. Okay.
and he's seeing if this is warm wood as well.
It is. You feel warmth in your hand as it sort of, not that kind of burning kind of bad. It's more like a low setting heater, kind of like a heated blanket, warm.
Okay.
That seems to be keeping snow off of it, and no matter where you touch on the sleigh, it is warm wood.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, found something interesting I can take back.
Okay. So we'll cover how you're gonna do that, bud.
It's a sleigh. He can
Yeah.
pull it. But yeah, after he takes a look at that, he does wander over to the... Forgot that owlbear. He wanders over to the building. And it looks... Does it look the same? Mostly undisturbed?
Completely undisturbed. Exactly how you left it, undeserved.
He pushes the door open. Or pulls it open, whichever way it is.
Give me a strength check.
Alright. Yeah. Strength check. Boop, boop. 19.
It doesn't budge.
Even with a 19?
Even with a 19. Something is keeping this door closed.
Does it... Well, no, because breaking the door would be taking away a place that could potentially be shelter if he can get it open.
True.
He's going to check around the handle specifically, see if there's any sign of a lock.
You're physically checking, so give me an investigation.
Alright. I'll back down to the north. I guess I can't investigate a damn thing. 9.
Hey, you did your rolls for some pretty good story stuff, dude.
No shit, though. But I don't think the 9 gets me anything.
It gets you this. There's a handle. Kind of the same way that a restaurant handle is, you know?
He pulls.
But- Give me a strength check.
Alright. Okay, just an 8. Alright.
Not moving. Of all the schmoving it could do, it's doing none of it.
He fucking kicks the door.
You kick the door. Give me a strength save.
Strength save. Well, it's still the same exact modifier, so. 10.
Your fucking foot.
Just out shit, god fuck.
It is not a horrid pain, but it's one of those things like, you stupid thing, kick. I've never had more regret in my life.
He's just hopping away a little bit, just like shit.
Investigate.
What was that? Oh, you're just
What,
dying.
what do you do? It's only been maybe like 2 minutes of whoop. So it's about, I'll say, almost 10 minutes total.
Yeah, no, he's. He is just going to sigh and see if there's any windows he can look in.
Investigation. Looking for windows in a snow-covered area. That's a smart idea.
11.
There are no windows.
Son of a bitch.
The snow is not packed onto the stone enough, but even with that, you can still tell there are no windows readily available or visible.
I don't have any lockpicks or anything. If there was even a lock, at least.
You do not see a lock.
He is going to look around the edges of the door. He's going to see if there's anything in the actual door jam threshold thing that would be preventing it from opening.
Ooh, smart. Give me a... what would this be? This would be a...
Don't make me roll investigation again.
I don't want you to keep rolling investigation and whatnot, so... I'm looking through the...
Can I just percepi it?
Yeah, go ahead, Giuseppe, in. You're looking for this, right?
Yeah, I am looking.
Okay, go ahead and look for it. You're just trying to perceive if there's anything in
14.
there. The door is on a single hinge. There does not seem to be anything that keeps it in one area, or rather keeps it away from an area. What this seems to be is... Give me... Like, something is keeping this door physically closed. Whether it's something you can see inside, or something you need to get by through somehow. You know?
Something is blocking the door. Basically, like something's blocking the door.
Yes. And you can't tell if it's physical or magical. But something wants this door closed.
I've got Dispel Magic.
Do you?
I do. He is
What?
going to cast Dispel Magic on the door and see if that does anything.
How does your dispel magic look? Real quick.
Like vines in a way. Like you know the climbing vines that grow along the sides of brick walls and whatnot?
Alright, so kind of clings to those, like, clings to the door like vines.
Yeah, it clings to the door like vines, just working its way into it, like it is actively trying to grow on a tree, wall, lattice, whatever you want to call it.
Alright. So. You begin to dispel this magic. Magic begins to illuminate this door. And you see a symbol on it. Symbol on the door. You don't know where you've seen it before. You know that it looks familiar.
Speak up
Is
a
it
little
bad?
bit, please. I can barely hear you.
You don't know where you've seen this symbol before, but it's just familiar. It's always been familiar. Why has it always been familiar? It's weird. Wrong. Why does it feel wrong? And your brain kind of stops you from thinking around that point of just there's. And you start trying to focus again. Because I imagine your brain is like, no, this is something, right?
Yeah.
This is something.
He tries to focus on it again.
Start getting a headache.
He's stubborn.
Your mind.
Sorry.
Symbol so close you could touch it.
Uh,
Do you?
He does. He reaches out to trace the lines initially.
You begin tracing the lines and you feel something drag you away. Your eyes are no longer your own. And you're looking through someone else's eyes. And there's just this pause. You're looking at the ground. It's a book at first, then the ground, then up. You see castle walls, castle interior, looking around. What is this place? And you feel your body get up. But it's not your body anymore. Get away from there. Now. And the voice rings clearer to you. I know you hear me, little goat. Get away from that fucking door! As Jack's voice screams in your ear. And you are ripped out of that.
And just...
Your heart. You can feel your heart beating. You feel the thump of your heart everywhere in your body. It's... You don't feel safe. You don't even realize Titus has been calling you.
Like, the communicator is ringing, sort of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it...
Before you answer it, you had something. I interrupted you. I'm so sorry. What were you gonna say?
No, it was just more or less what you described.
Oh.
Yeah, but after a moment, because he's got to take a moment to catch his breath after that, and he picks up the communicator. He answers Titus.
Hey, bud, you good?
I think so. What's up?
Just checking on you. You haven't moved in like an hour.
An hour?
Yeah.
He looks over at the spike as he says that, because an hour? No, it can't have been an hour.
The light is humming green with a new tone.
Has it really been an hour?
Maybe not a full one, but... Are you good?
Yeah, I just found something. I guess I lost track of time.
Just head back to base, man. I hear you guys got something to do today.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, I'll be heading back now. I've found a sled with warm wood here, so I'm taking that with me.
The fuck is wormwood? Okay.
The, it's wood that's warm. What do you expect? As he goes over to...
You know what? Fair enough. Didn't expect that. Just get back safely, okay?
I will. Don't worry. He grabs the sled by the harness and just starts pulling it along with him as he starts leaving.
All right. So you're pulling the sled along with you. It has been almost half an hour. It's been 26 minutes since you got close to this door.
Still a lot longer than he thought it was.
Yep. With that, you begin to make your way back to the base. And
yeah.
While you're making your way back, there's just this, you know. Do I tell the others or do I keep this to myself forever?
Yeah, no, he is definitely thinking because, I recognize that voice. I do not think I did a good thing today. It's fine. This is fine. I'll figure it out.
Are you going to keep it to yourself?
He probably will mention it to either Orlane or Dane.
All right. With that, you make your way back to the base. I'll change the map. I ask you to please put yourself in the top corner.
In the top corner? Okay. Whee!
Top corner. Yep. And with that, our one-on-one is over. You may stop
Alright.
recording.